Hello and welcome back to JBCTR. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Johnny, I run this channel JBCTR, and today I wanted to take you through Ford's new SYNC3 system, which you'll find featured in most of their new cars. My new Fiesta ST is no exception, so let's get into it.
We've been acting out for days, nothing to deny. Blown up egos, echoes through the halls. You keep sleeping on the couch just to prove the point. I'm too proud to tell you when I'm wrong. Arguments spinning in circles, we're fighting for days, stuck in a phase. I think we're losing the reason.
So this little tablet thing here has been the subject of much debate since the Fiesta was released. People calling it an iPad, it looks horrible, it looks like it shouldn't be stuck on the dash. But in reality, when you're driving this thing, it doesn't get in the way, and I actually quite like it. I think it looks quite nice. However, this does contain SYNC3, which in itself is pretty cool, I think. So this is your homepage. You have a little map of where you are, whatever music systems you're listening to here, and the name of your phone, battery, signal, that kind of stuff. So if we just work our way through the tabs at the bottom, we'll go pretty quick because there's quite a lot to get through. So firstly, audio. This is your radio. Obviously, you've got your presets down the bottom. You've got so many different blocks you can add. Go back to sources. You've got AM, FM, and DAB radio. And as you can see, my phone is connected via Bluetooth, so I can play my audio from there, from Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. Just Bluetooth streaming as normal, really. Phone is, again, as you'd expect, so you get all your recent calls, your contacts get pulled across, and as you can see, if you've got a lot, the scrolling's all right, but yeah, otherwise it's pretty responsive. Text messages are a bit flaky with an iPhone. I think Android, they might work better as the OS is slightly more open, but with iOS, they are a bit flaky. With an Apple device, you can also activate Siri by pressing the Siri button, and that's all done via Bluetooth too. Navigation. So navigation is actually all right. You can use two fingers to expand and zoom in. The only issue with that is it's very hard to do whilst you're driving. The touchscreen as a whole is hard to use whilst you're driving because this car has really firm suspension, so it's quite hard to hit the button you actually want. Anyway, back to navigations. You've got loads of different controls down here, your menu, all that kind of stuff. A few traffic settings. The traffic, in my experience, has not been too good. The navigation is pretty good, although I really don't like the voice of the woman who does the navigation stuff.
Take second left and then enter the roundabout and take the fourth exit. Take the fourth exit now.
But yeah, all in all, it's okay. I still prefer to use Apple Maps and Google Maps navigation, to be completely honest with you. Mobile apps, don't really understand the point of this tab. This comes into play when you use Apple CarPlay. Not sure about Android support, if I'm honest. I don't have an Android phone to test with, so hopefully one of you guys can let me know what it's like in the comments. Let me know, does this work with Android? How is Android? Finally, settings. If you've got B&O, this sound thing is really quite useful. I've turned the bass all the way up and I think it sounds epic, to be honest. You can also change the sound mode from stereo to surround. I can't hear the difference, if I'm completely honest. If you go back, you've got your usual clock settings. They're not very exciting. 24 hour, not 24 hour. Bluetooth, connects your phone, radio, navigation, mobile apps, la 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 la. Now, Wi-Fi. This is quite cool. So when you park your car near your house, you can connect to your home Wi-Fi network. It will update all the maps and everything and the system, and it will all be updated via your home network. So you don't have to remove any cards out of the car, take them, put them in your PC, buy a new one from Ford, none of that. Just connect to your home Wi-Fi, download the latest updates, boom, you're done. Next, valet mode. This is quite useful. You put in a 4-digit PIN, as you can see here. You then need a 4-digit PIN to take it out of valet mode, which means if you are leaving it somewhere, or maybe leaving it, well, like a valet, I guess, it means they're not going to go hooning around in your car. Maybe useful for servicing, who knows. That is pretty much your settings. Now, Apple CarPlay. This is something that I've had a lot of questions about. This is brilliant when it's working. Well, I say when it's working because it doesn't work that often. So you connect your phone, you get the CarPlay notification on your phone. and obviously it comes up here too. When you first set it up, it will ask you to unlock your phone, allow access, all that kind of stuff. So the phone functionality works really well.
Should I ring for you?
Siri, stop.
Okay.
So yeah, everything's done by Siri, as you can probably guess. You can also view your recent favourites, your contacts, and dial a new number all by hand as well. So you've got your home button down here, which takes you back to your main menu. And every time you do something like this, you'll also be doing it on the phone as well.
For you?
So if we press the home button, it changes the phone as well. That's pretty cool. Messages again.
To whom should I send your message?
Stop.
Okay, let me know if there's anything else you need.
Thanks, Siri. So yeah, everything is done via Siri, again, as you'd expect. You can also access Spotify through Apple CarPlay. Again, this comes up with all your latest played. Good Charlotte, good music taste, me, you see. You can also browse some stuff in your library. It's pretty much as you would access it on your phone, so that's quite cool. So you also get Apple Maps. Again, looks very similar to what you see on your phone. You can zoom in and out using the buttons on the left. You can't pinch, which I think is a better design for a car integrated system. You can then search for directions and all this kind of stuff, all via the app, which again is pretty cool. Right to the home page, you've got a tune-in radio. Just because that's installed on my phone, the apps come across to here. WhatsApp also works very well. It's pretty much the same integration as iMessage. So if you use WhatsApp like a lot of us do now, you can also access that on the go.
To whom should I send your message?
Shut up. So yeah, that's CarPlay in a nutshell. One little thing I also found pretty cool is if you do a cheeky screenshot here, it also will screenshot Apple CarPlay. So I'll stick that up on the screen now, just so you can see. But yeah, that's just another useful feature. The only downside to Apple CarPlay I have found is it has a habit of freezing up, and it will not then reconnect your phone until you turn the car off. And it always happens to do this about 5 minutes into your journey, which is enough time for you to get away from anywhere that you can pull over safely. So for me, I always find myself on the motorway and I can't stop, and then I'm stuck without music. So I have to fumble around, remove my phone from the cable and reconnect via Bluetooth. And if I'm honest, it's a bit of a faff. And one more thing about Sync is the home button is up in the top left, and that will return you to the front screen that we spoke about earlier. Now that was pretty easy for me to hit there. I'm, to be honest, in a kind of awkward, cramped up position against the steering wheel, so I can get my head and the screen in shot right now. But under normal circumstances, I would be sat right back in the seat, driving away, and this button over here, the home button, is at the furthest point from the steering wheel, which, if you've got short arms like I do, is actually quite a stretch. It's no biggie, but I guess it's worth mentioning. So there you have it. That was a super succinct review of SYNC3. Man, that's a tongueful. If you enjoyed this review, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.
Aside from my soul.